Good morning, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. Anyways, sorry, there's something not starting yet. So yesterday I was feeling like Annika Rice, so you'll find out about that on Saturday. It was so cool. It's actually something you'll see on Saturday. So today we're going to be using the tray, using it in how we mobilize the torso when we're in standing poses. So it's just a really connected way to use our torso arm connection and then to extend into our arms. Whereas usually we're just extending into our arms. We're not really noticing what's happening here. So we're doing it the other way around. We're creating the shape in our torso and then extending our arms. Joy of joys. I'm loving joy. It's kind of, it's just really nice. So come lie on your back. Come. Every month, they're all the same really, but they do feel all different. So great. So landing in. And begin by coordinating into your rib cage. So that's where you squeeze your right elbow down towards your right hip, and then your left elbow down towards your left hip. And your hip is also coming up towards your shoulder. My head is moving, and I'm being quite slinky on the floor. My head is moving, my shoulders are moving, my hips are moving. Interesting. I'm going to bring my fingers to the front of my shoulders, or you can bring your hands into tray. No, fingers to the front of your shoulders. That feels nicer. Super. Pause. Find center. And let that settle. I can feel that in my deep psoas, in my obliques, into the quadratus lumborum, down into the buttocks. Very nice. And then lift your right hip off the floor and just pause there. And so my left hip is pushing down and into the floor, and my right hip is lifted upwards. And then change. Lift your left hip up, letting your right hip sink into the floor or push into the floor as your left hip rises. And then just travel. Right hip lifts. My knees are staying center as I do this. Left hip lifts. Right hip lifts. And I'm leaning into the end of my range in wellness. I'm just noticing, what potential of range do I have here? Is the range smooth in my body? Can I make it smoother? Can I travel really steadily from one push of my hip to the other push of my hip? Nice. And then arching your back and then flatten your lower back down. So as you move from arching into flattening, what's the sense of the traveling along the floor, the wholesomeness or the smoothness of your movement? Nice. Walk your feet a little bit closer together and then roll up and down along your spine. So with your feet slightly closer together there, you're going to be mobilizing into the thighs in a different way. The wider apart your feet are, the more you're in, I think you have more range. My sense is that we have more range the wider apart our feet are. So just rolling up and down along your spine. And again, how smooth can you make this movement? Can you hear the full range rather than just the end ranges? So give attention to the whole journey of the traveling. Nice. I have my hands resting on my lower belly. It feels really nice to rise up and down with my hands on my belly. It's very nice feeling the abdominal muscles connecting and engaging. And there's different ones that engage in different places as I rise. It's very nice. Nice. Super. And draw your right knee up towards you. Squeeze it in. And then draw your left knee up towards you. Squeeze it in. Nice. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then draw your right knee up and draw it up towards your elbow. And lift your bum a little bit off the floor. And then stretch your leg long and reach your arms overhead, coming into zoomies. Bring your arm straight up overhead. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. And then reach towards the floor as you lengthen your leg out long into zoomies and your arms to the floor. Straight up towards the ceiling with your arms. Knee touches your elbow. Zoomies. And I feel really strong in my legs. And there's like, sometimes some movements feel like I'm going to say a machine in this kind of really interestingly connected, kinetic way. Can you feel the kinetic movement? As you reach your leg, there's something happening in your belly. As you draw your knee up, there's something happening. How do you feel this in your deep lower belly, in that standing leg on the right, on the left? It always sneaks up on me. If ever I forget I'm dyslexic, it comes along and goes, remember, you're dyslexic. So draw your left knee up towards you, arms are long towards the ceiling, and then draw your left knee up towards your left elbow. And my bum has lifted a little bit up off the floor. And then lengthen long, arms long above you to the floor, left leg long, so it's the same height as the right thigh. Elbow to your knee, or knee to your elbow, arms long overhead, zoomies. Touch, zoomies. Touch, zoomies. Touch, and zoomies. Nice. It is a little bit like swan squish, actually, now when I feel it. Let's make it into a swan squish. So, draw your knee up towards you, bend your elbows, and draw your nose towards your knee. So this is the squish. And then reach your arms overhead. So lengthen that right leg long, and then pull your elbows down along the floor. So you're trying to bring your elbows to the side of your rib cage. Stretch your arms long. Bend your elbows into the squish. Right knee up towards you. Head is rising. Elbows either side of that right leg. Stretch your arms long. Stretch your leg long. And then pull your elbows down into swan. Interesting. One more time. Squish. And swan. Wow. Wow. Swan squish in the bridge, in zoomies. Very interesting. So draw your left knee up towards you and squish down over your left knee. And then lengthen your leg into zoomies. And then come into swan with your arms. Elbows pull down towards your rib cage. Squish. And then swan zoomies. Squish, last one. And then swan zoomies. Wow, cool. Land on the floor, reach your arms wide, and just rock your knees from side to side. Feel that in your belly, in your shoulders, in your feet. And just wiggle your toes as you rock from side to side. Wiggle your fingers as you rock from side to side. Can you multitask? Can you wiggle your eyebrows as well? So fingers, toes, eyebrows, all wiggling as you drop your knees from side to side. Nice. Come back to center. Stretch your legs long. And bring your arms out wide. Bring your feet wide and come into an X with your body. And just pause there. Nice. Wiggle your toes. Can you move all your toes evenly, or is there one foot that moves better or more easily, and one foot that is a little bit more sluggish? Can you change the direction of whatever kind of movement you're making right now? So wiggle your fingers. Notice the type of movement you're creating, and then can you do the opposite movement? So I was doing a Mexican wave in one direction, and now I'm doing the Mexican wave in the other direction. Stretch into your toes, reach into your fingers, and get as super big and wide and long and open. And just notice what connects easily here. And then relax. Super cool. So come all the way up to stand. Come all the way up. Pause for a moment in standing. Nice. So we're going to look a little bit at the tray. Oh, could you see me better? Can you see me better there? Maybe you can see me fine here. So we're going to start with the thing the thing we typically do. So reach your left arm up and reach your right arm down. And so we're creating the movement as we go with this one. And then come back to center. And then reach your right arm up and your left arm down. And then come back to center. So we prioritized moving the arms first, and then we move the torso. With tray, we move the torso first. So bring your fingertips so they're touching, and then side bend. So draw your right elbow down and your left elbow up. And now straighten your arms. And so for me, that has more information for my torso. Bend your elbows, tray to the left. So when you come to the end of your range, you kind of stabilize that, and then you lengthen your arms. Bend, tray to the right, lengthen your arms, tray to the left, lengthen your arms. If you're finding that it catches one of your arms, then you have to make the tray smaller. Listen, how do you create this movement so that it's wholesome for your body? So interesting. Nice. Roll your shoulders. Super. So tray to the right. And now bring your right knee, elbow down to your right knee, and then lengthen your left arm up towards the ceiling. So my elbow's resting on my knee and my left arm is up. So this feels like a twisty move. Which one does this feel like? Anyways, it feels like stuff that I do when I'm in my standing poses. Nice. Bend your elbow. Come all the way back up. Tray to the left. Bring your elbow down to your knee. And then lengthen your right arm up. Sit your bum down a little bit deeper maybe. Turn your head towards the right. Pull your shoulder back more and more, twisting into your torso. So you're leaning backwards into your shoulder. Tray. Come back up. Nice. So we're going to swap over. So drop your right, so start by twisting and standing. So draw your right elbow down and then bring your right knee down to your left elbow, sorry. Turn your chest even more, so pull that left shoulder back and then dial in your twist, pull your elbow back even more and then extend your arm up towards the ceiling. Push your right elbow down more and more. Sit your bum down. Bend your elbow, come back up. So drop your left elbow down and then twist it down so it comes down to your right knee. Dial in your twist a bit more, so pull your right elbow back more and then extend your arm up towards the ceiling. Nice, bend your elbow. Come back up, hands to your hips. There's roll. And then roll in the other direction. Super cool. So stand to the front of your mat. We're going to do a sun salutation. So feeling your feet, reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up and looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, noticing that this is like the squish. And then bring your hands to the floor. Squish even more, drawing your nose down to your knee. Hands to your shins, arching your back, look forward. Really lengthening into your legs. As I push into my shins, I feel like I'm opening into the backs of my thighs. I'm lengthening through the spine. I'm drawing my shoulders back. My chin is lifting. Pausing there. Nice. Rounding forward, hands to the floor, step your right foot back. Pause. And lean your right hip closer towards the floor. Really deepen into that right groin, right hip. And draw your heel back. Lengthen into your calf. And then how would you move here? What kind of movement is possible? What different directions could you move in? Your head, your hips, your leg. Cool. Step back into your plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Cool. Bring your elbows to the floor, pushing deeply down, rise up and look forward. My toes have lifted, my bum is squeezing. And then reach your right hand further forward like you're going to pick something up. And then pull your right elbow back beside you like a lawnmower. Hand forward. Pull your elbow back. Forward. Pull your elbow back. Nice. Right elbow to the floor. Push back into your cat. Push back into your downward dog. All the way back. Have a bit of a wiggle. Lengthening back through your heels, connecting into your legs. What kind of movement is possible here? And as you move, can you make it really smooth and connected? Nice. So drop your knees to the floor, step your right foot forward. Lengthen your back leg, turn the back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bring both hands to your front thigh, rising up. Bring your fingertips into tray. And then turn your tray towards the right side. And then pull your left elbow back more and reach your right hand forward. Nice. Tray. Come to the other side. So pull your two elbows over to... Oh, yes, I said the wrong thing. Pull your elbows to the other side. And then pull your elbow back and reach forward. So the back elbow reaches back more. Sorry, I really messed up on my left and rights there. So the back elbow reaches more and the front hand reaches forward. Tray, swap sides. Forward with the front hand, back with the elbow. Tray to the other side. Forward with the front hand, back with the elbow. Nice. One more time each side. Tray, forward. Tray, forward. So we're going to try side bending. Drop down on the right. Reach the left hand over towards the right as well. Squeeze deeply into the right side. Nice. Tray, back to center. Drop down on the left side. Reach your right arm over. A little bit more wobbly. You have to counterweight by dropping your body a little bit more towards the right as you do this. Nice. Come forward. Step forward, all the way up, reach your arms up. Palms come together. So that was a really bad left-right moment. Sorry. So reach your arms wide, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows and coming deeply into a squish. Hands to the floor, squish more. Rounding more, really draw your knees towards your face. Really feel the power of rounding here. Hands to your shins, now you extend. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Lean into the front of the left hip. Oh, gone over time, I'm sorry. Really deepen into the front of the left hip. Give yourself a weight. Nice. And then what movement can your head do? Can your shoulders do? Can your legs do here? No, it's possible in this shape. Cool. Step back into your plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. So bring both elbows to the floor, rise up, look way down the beach. And then reach your left hand forward, touch. Pull your left elbow back into lawnmower. Touch. Lawnmower. Touch. Lawnmower. Both hands to the floor, push back. Push all the way back, downward dog. Have a moment of a wiggle. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor, step your left foot forward, turn the back foot 45-degree angle. Both hands to your front knee, rising up. Come into tray. I'm going to try this the right way around now. So draw both elbows to the right, reach your left hand forward. And draw both elbows to the left, reach your right hand forward. So begin to travel. So you're moving, you're turning when you're in tray. You stabilize and then you lengthen the arm. Nice. Come back to center. Side bend to the left. Reach your right arm over. Bend your front knee more, maybe. Come back to center. Side bend to the right. Stabilize the pose by dropping your weight more into the left hip as you lean towards the right. Oh, that's really cool, that stretch. Come all the way down. Come land on the floor. Come lie on the floor. Cool. Pause. So you can squeeze your knees up onto your chest. You can rock your knees from side to side. You can do whatever you feel is the call within your body. Could be just lying there, resting. Thanks for joining me. Sorry, I lost track of time. My clock wasn't turned on. See you tomorrow. Another wonderful day of joy. And yeah, keep finding joy in your life. Having that intention towards, what are the tiny moments of lightness that emerge in your day. Have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Really such a pleasure to be here. Thanks.